impromptu, everybody. This is totally impromptu. And the reason why we're doing it is because, well, Takeisha, tell them about your project for school and like why this whole DNA reveal is like a big deal for you.
Okay, well, I want to say for about 2 years, I've been working on a project called Africa, America. And I've just recently this year titled it Birthright. But I'm doing a photographic representation of my DNA. And so far, I only knew that, you know, part of my DNA came from Africa, but not specifically where. I knew the continent, but not the countries. So I've kind of just made some assumptions with West Africa and use that to do my independent study in a project that I'm working on. But I did Ancestry a few weeks ago, well, like 6 to 8 weeks ago. And because I really wanted to hone in so that my project could be more of a true representation of who I am. So I'm really excited to find out.
So just explain like briefly what exactly you're doing. So you're going to take your DNA results and then do what with them with regard to the photography project?
So I'm using my children, so who are really a human representation of my DNA, right? And I am taking them and making them look authentic, not costuming, like they would be from that country, whether it's in the past or whether it is more of the present time. So that's what we're working on. There'll be more pictures to come in October of this year. Yeah.
All right. So basically, she has been a very good person. She gave me access to her results and she has not seen them. So I had access. So anytime the process changed, I was like, oh, it's in the lab. Oh, they received it. Right. So I knew all that stuff. And then I missed the email that they came in. Like I didn't. And so she just called me and she was like, hey, my results are in. So she has not seen these at all. So she doesn't know any of her country breakdowns, nothing.
Y'all, it's been like a whole 10 minutes, Lord. And I'm telling you.
And she's Jesus. Patient. And we're going to make this super quick because we're not going to keep everybody on forever. But let me go ahead and share her screen because I've seen them and she has not. And I just want to let her know that they look very similar to mine. I'll just put that there.
I'm going to try not to fan out completely.
All right, so let's share my screen. All right, Takeisha Jefferson, this is your AncestryDNA breakdown. Majority of your African DNA comes from Cameroon.
What's up, cousin? What's up?
I know.
Okay.
So this is like so exciting, right? So yeah, so the majority of your African DNA comes from Cameroon, 31% of your 75%. And, you know, me and you always joke about our 75%.
Yes, yes.
And so I mean, you're literally exactly like me. So 31% of your African DNA comes from Cameroon, Congo, that particular region. When you get your DNA results, you can zoom in and it'll actually show you what the Cameroon Congo region actually encompasses, which that's also part of Democratic Republic of Congo, part of Angola, stuff like that. The next highest percentage is 11% that comes from Mali.
That's
a new one for you, Mali, Guinea. So you have to consider that in your results.
I actually did some of that, so that's good.
That's good. So that's right on par with like what you figured. And then you've got 9% Nigeria, which we figured that.
Yes, we did.
Got 9% Ivory Coast, Ghana.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
So that means you can incorporate maybe Elmina perhaps in some of your results, like the castle, because that would be part of your stuff. You've got Benin, Togo at 7%.
I'm really happy.
I know. And then your lower confidence areas.
Oh my God, that's what I was waiting on. Yes.
4%. Senegal.
Yes.
And then you've got African Southeastern Bantu. Of course, that's basically South Africa. So you've got a little bit of that. That's 3%. And then there's just a tad of Africa North, which encompasses Morocco, Algeria, Libya, stuff like that.
Okay.
So those were the percentages that you were like really, really like looking forward to. Are you excited about?
I'm so done. I can think today is my son's high school graduation. I ain't think nothing to just put a little sprinkle on this cake, but this is doing it. This is doing it right now. Like I'm so good. I'm so good right now.
Make sure your cake has green, yellow, and red.
What?
Camera. What? Put that on there.
I'm so good right now.
Yeah, this is great. This is great. That's awesome. So now you have some regions to work with for your project. So of course we don't want to, you know, not give love to your European piece. So
yay!
24% Europe. Most of it comes from Great Britain, which is the majority of us, because, you know, Britain colonized a lot of different places. And, you know, of course, the Britain,
Right.
you know, they had some liaisons with some Africans, you know, here and there and whatnot. Europe West is next. That would be Belgium, France, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland. You've got Ireland, 2% Ireland, and then
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day, and then you've got Spain, Portugal on the other ones. And then, of course, most people get really upset about this. Your
got my 1% though.
Your Native American percentage is only 1%.
It's not only, it's 1.
Yes, it's 1%.
It's a whole person, Nika.
I know, but you got to remember, I'm actually doing a video on this later as to why the percentage is lower, because people think, grandma was 100, a full blood, whatever, and then they get the results and it doesn't show up. So
it looked like grandma was white, but anyway, keep going.
Come on now, see, you always preaching. I don't even have my symbols on. And then the other thing I want to call attention out to that a lot of people don't really realize, especially when they're doing AncestryDNA tests, is this new feature that they have called genetic communities. And what this does is it takes the family trees of your DNA matches and the DNA that you share with them, and it looks at the migration patterns of those folks. And so the migration, group that you are very likely connected to is one called African Americans of North Carolina.
Oh.
So and I've done, I've looked at your genealogy research and I have not seen this as a location. So this is something that you may want to look into.
Okay.
When it comes to your genealogy research, it may be further back, maybe a bit of a throwback, but either way, based on the algorithm in the way that it's set up by Ancestry, looks like you belong to that group, and you are African Americans in the Deep South. So that if you look at that, so that brings in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and look at their part of North Louisiana. Woo-hoo! That's my people.
Sup.
Exactly.
Cousin.
Exactly. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and claim each other since me and Gail are like already, we're already
right. Our cousins are cousins. I mean, it is what it is.
Our cousins are cousins. So yeah. So those are your results.
Well, thank you so much. I'm happy.
Of course, I've got to mention you all, we only covered just her percentages piece. There also is the portion of the test that shows you your relations to people and matches your genome to their genome. She just got her results and people are already messaging her. So you have to.
Yes, I already got a message. Yes.
You already got a message. So it's something you have to be prepared for when you take the test. It's like, yes, you'll get the percentages, but once you pop into the system, people are going to start reaching out to you immediately. So I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what your project is going to turn into. We should probably share some images so people can see what you've done so far before we get off. Let's see. I'll go in. I should be able to find some in your photos. Here goes.
You should be able to. Yes, you should.
You usually make it your cover picture, I think, right?
Or if you just go into my photos, you'd have to go into my timeline. It'd be easier. I think the easiest way for you would be to hit my timeline.
Okay. And
or mobile. Yeah.
Or mobile. Okay.
Yeah. One of those will get you there faster.
Okay, great. I see some here. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, wait to get my t-shirts.
Tell me a little bit about this particular image. Whoops, clicked off of that.
This was again West Africa. I was looking in there was, I want to say, is it New Guinea or Guinea is where I was looking at for this image. And what I would do was I would scroll through and look at the natives that were there and try to find something I could do to that again to make it look realistic. And most people are surprised when they find out that that image was taken in my front yard, in my driveway. But I used the flour and the water mixture to apply like the masking, and then lots of the jewelry. me that was just more of a royalty piece, you know, just for her, because I want my children not to just look at themselves as slaves. I want them to see themselves as more, you know, and so that's part of the reason I definitely want to go back to our homeland to kind of find out a little bit more.
All right. That's it.
Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, now I'm gonna go dance off camera.
Yeah, I know. Now she's gonna go like look at like the DNA results and look at who she matches and all that other kind of stuff. And of course, as always, if you have any questions about your DNA results, or if you want to do a live reveal like we're doing with Takeisha, just hit me up, comment section. My website, whoisnikasmith.com, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
She's a